Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Ah! No. No. You be nice. You be nice to me. You know, I'm an old man, puppy. I'm an old man. You be nice. Yeah. So, today, first of all, hello. I'm 1 month and a few squeezed days after my operation. Today is the 12th of September. My operation was on the 13th of August, so I'm being outside here with my puppy. She is, of course, living outside still. Loves it. You see the hole she dug. That I filled up twice already. But she keeps digging it to sleep in it. That's her sleeping spot. Like northern dogs have this habit of digging holes like this to look for permafrost. So there is cold come from underneath so they don't get overheated. That's what they do up north. I remember being up in Inuvik and there were holes all over the place and there was permafrost. Here there is no permafrost, but she doesn't seem to know that. Well, she's a good puppy, so I forgive her. I am making this video because I want to keep everybody abreast how well I'm doing. And I'm really doing well. I feel good. I'm able to get around. I took some videos of my house, how I had to set up, because I had many people asking, how do you manage alone? 4 days, 5 days after the operation, was this a smart thing to do? And personally, even because of COVID-19, of our situation with this virus, I think it was the only and smart thing to do. I didn't expose myself. This is also why I decided to get a private room, because if I'm not worth it, who is, for me at least? Why not splurge a little and have as little contact with other people, or maybe people who could bring pollution into your life? So I thought those 4 or 5 days in the hospital, having a private room, were worth it. I did not like my hospital visit. I love the people there. They have been the most kind and most uplifting people I've ever experienced in a hospital, and I was quite a few times. It was just very, 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 mostly young people, and they were very, very nice. I didn't realize how much I would leave my dignity at home when I went to the hospital, because I didn't eat much before I went there, because I did not want to go to the toilet in any big style. Well, eventually it couldn't be prevented, so I had to go. But since I have my hip operation and I have this growing pain on my other side, there's no way I can reach the back region of my behind. So I had to tell the young nurses before I went, I said, look, I cannot prevent it. You can already draw straws who has to clean up Mr. Walter afterwards. It's very embarrassing, but on the other hand, they handled it so easy, which made it easy for me. I had to do this twice, and both times I thought it would be much more. This is something I'm worried for getting older, that somebody has to clean my behind after me. But they have done it with such remarkable ease, without making, and I made a big thing of it, they didn't. It was just thing, and I tried to get clean, and apparently I did a pretty good job already myself anyway. Never mind, I'm talking too much shit. Too much caca here. But here I am today outside in my own place. Puppy is still waiting to catch something under the garage. Gilles, the guy who helps me around the house, and without him I couldn't really live so easily. He did my grass twice now already. Usually middle of August it stops growing here, but not this year. It kept growing just as much as before, so he came again and he did a beautiful job. It looks nice when I do it. I don't do it as detailed as he does. But I'm happy to be back I'm happy to show you. I took a few videos from the inside of my house. And like I said, I had a few questions. People asked me, how did you do it? How did you manage? What did you come up with to make it work, to be alone? Now, first of all, I have to say this being alone forced me to be active. I was on my feet a lot. And so I basically got through life. I got a lot of exercise done that way, a lot, which helped me in the advance of feeling better, very, very much. Because I don't remember my last time that I was able to walk so clearly. I'm walking on just with my walking stick. I don't do it outside here because of the little minefield my puppy left me here, and also because it's grass, so you have lower and higher parts. I do not want to have a little stupid fall just for asking for it. But everything is just working out so beautifully, and it's healing up nice. I stopped taking pills 10 days ago, the good pills, the opioids. There was no crisis for me, I just liked them very much. So when I stopped, I thought there would be a problem, but no problem at all. As a matter of fact, my pain stopped around the same time. I did ask for 5 more days. I did go ask the doctor for another week of opioids because I was having more pain than I was expecting. And then he gave that to me, and 2-3 days into this extra week, it stopped. The pains basically stopped. They got to be endurable during the day, so I switched myself to Tylenol when I had some problems, and that helps. It's not a big painkiller, but it makes you be able to fall asleep. And by now I have almost no pains at all. My everything is healed beautifully. So I want you to take a look at what I took for you for the inside of the house, how I worked it out. And you have to make a few arrangements. I want to mention one thing. You know that I show you how I use my system, the Amazon Alexa system, to take care of me during the day. Do all those little things like turn on the light, turn on the heat, turn off the heat, turn on air conditioning. It was all controlled by Alexa, so I could do it from my bed out. But there is one more thing, because I'm getting older, and I have very wonderful, wonderful neighbors who came to help me out, bring me wild mushrooms they picked, bring me vegetables from their garden. Very, very, very good neighbors, except the one I have a problem with over there, but everybody else has been very much helping me out. Marielle went shopping, washed my clothes, so I was well taken care of, very well taken care of. And I came up with one more idea. I will look into this winter to buy sort of an alarm, a car alarm or something like. So in case something ever happened to me inside the house, in case I'm incapacitated with movement or just blocked or who knows, I mean, I cannot imagine the situation where I would need it. But if it arrives, I can tell Alexa to turn on the alarm, to sound the alarm, and I will tell all my good neighbors, if they hear this alarm, please call 911. There is something that happened, or maybe check on me first, and then, so I get some help coming, because you never know. I mean, stuff happens. Okay, and now you will enjoy the video, I hope. And we'll talk later again. I decided to do it outside because I should, and of course I have 2 different camera angles, as you can see, one GoPro here. But the weather is so nice today, and it will be actually quite comfortable, nice warm. We had a wonderful summer. I must say, in August was the hottest time of the year here. In the hospital it was unbearably hot. But when I came home with having my air conditioning on voice command, you get warm at night, you turn it on, boof, it cools down, comfortable as hell. I mean, this was the best idea I ever had. But talk to you after. Well, I want to show you guys how far I'm doing. I'm in the 5th week, and I just want to show you how my walking skills are. I should have bought a walker with wheels on it, It would have made my walking just a little bit more convenient. I'm standing on my both legs too. But this way I just have to always advance. And I'm stopped taking pills, pain pills, about, well, 10 days ago already. And I'm doing fine with it. I will show you now how I'm doing with my walking stick. I'm actually doing quite well. It's only four and a half weeks. And I'm walking quite well with my walking stick. Only, I cannot do long distances yet. I try not to use it outside because of the grass, which makes an uneven ground. I don't want to have any accidents. But I'm okay. Standing in the kitchen, that's how I can cook easily, standing on my feet. So, another thing going the right way for me. Well, this is the things improvement I have done in my toilet. Since my last operation, I knew you had to have one of those extended higher toilet seats. I always wanted to buy a new toilet with the already extended higher seat, because in my age to get up from a lower seat, it's much harder than to get up with one of those seats. To sit down is much easier too. Many years, my first hip operation 10 years ago, I installed those grips here, and there is a grip on this side too, to pull myself and let myself down easy, which has worked so well that I kept it. Can help me now also. Now my bath. I used to have an old bathtub out of metal, very high with those fancy little feet. And to fit it in here, it was on extended 2 or 3 bricks on each foot, so it came up very high like this, and I had to almost high like this. And to get in, it was okay while I was younger, but then I realized when I get older I need something more comfortable. So a friend of mine I had him install and build that for me, a wonderful walk-in shower. I bought the shower seat to sit in the shower eventually if I ever need it. I found out that this shower seat works very well, but it's a bit large, so the space gets very limited in the shower. So with 2 old milk cartons, and I tied them together so with those plastic ties you can buy to pull tight. And now that has become a wonderful addition in my shower to sit down or to rest things on, to catch me, because I need sometimes a hold in there more secure. Works beautifully. The rest in here is only functional. It looks like a mess, but it's all in the place where I know where to find it at the moment at least. Well, that is my shower. And now we come to the bed. Don't forget, I came here about 4 or 5 days after the operation, when getting in and out of the bed was not quite as easy. So I had to install a few things. One of which I installed this here, and this was a piece of plastic where when I bought my GoPro, it came in. But this holds my phone and the remote control for the TV, which is here on the side, satellite TV. And this one is just an additional light switch I installed years ago. This one here, emergency, if I need anything to grip, anything falls down from here, that happens very easily. Easy to get. A back scratcher, of course, which is important. You see the grip handle on there with a belt. The belt is so I can reach it from longer away and use it as a weight. On the opposite side I have one here that is very functional. and can be used with the same reason. And I will show you now how I, in the early days, got in and out of bed, and how I get out of bed now. Because I'm in the 5th week and things have changed. In the early days, getting into bed, I came with my walker here in the corner. There's my walker, then I sit on the bed. I use this and I let myself fall backwards and twist, and I'm in bed. This one gives me the power between the two to move whatever I want, and that is that. Well, and to get out of the bed, because I could not reach this, I had to use this here, and then pull myself out of bed. Those were the old days, of course. Nowadays, I just go to bed like this, because everything works much more better. You see, and to get out of bed, I use just the normal power to swing myself up erect. Okay, in bed itself, I use always 2 extra pillows under my head, and 2 pillows, one to put under between my knees. I have since my first operation, I have kept those pillows by, because sleeping is so much easier when you separate your feet. This is just a workout tool to do my exercises in bed. In the corner there is a box, the box of shame. This is my water system. In here I have black water, like my pee. I don't want to get up every night. I do have a prostate problem a little bit. I'm 70. So I'm using this system to fill up my pee. I could fill up to 5 liters. I do empty it every day, but this is just in case I have to stay in bed for 2 days once. And I have 3 bottles, different size, different feel, of drinking water in there, together about for a gallon of water. That gives me 2 days of living too. I know sounds a little bit disgusting, but it's the only functioning way when you are sidetracked by an operation. That was the bedroom. And in my food area, this is a mess at the moment, because first of all my keto stuff is empty, so usually this is supposed to be full, but with COVID-19, the bulk stores have a little problem to be supplying us, not for the supplies, it's for the being proper, do not touch things what other people touch. Food-wise, I'm cooking myself, so this is normally not like this, but this is so I have everything handy to distribute, and I don't have to bend down in the early years. Now I could bend down, but before, any bending down would have been terribly painful. Of course, the freezer was full with food. I ate it now. It was spaghetti sauce, goulash, some ragu, things like this. And I bought a lot of vegetables, some of which was cabbage and turnips and things that last long time in the fridge. Carrots, of course. And then some salads. And I had some, Marielle was really helping me with filling up in between things that I needed. Well, that's about it. Those are my inside setups for during this operation time. And everything worked beautifully. Now in here, I know it looks a mess. I did vacuum clean yesterday again, because I was thinking my physiotherapist will come by, but she changed it for in 2 weeks, because I'm doing very well. She said, look, I will come by in 2 weeks, and then we probably close my case down. Computer, of course, works very well. All those things are charging things. You know, I have a system of Amazon Alexa. Alexa, turn on socket 1.
Okay. Okay.
That is the light in the room, in the main room. Alexa, turn on socket 2.
Okay.
That is the air conditioning comes on when I want it. And Alexa, turn off socket 2.
Okay.
And of course go out. Alexa, turn off socket 1.
Okay.
In my bedroom, in the night, I know it gets a bit chilly. Alexa, turn on heat. That little heater there is put on 400 watt, just one grid, but it's starting up now. Alexa, put on lamp.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off lamp.
Okay.
And I have outside light for my dog. I will turn this off now. I forgot this morning. Alexa, turn off outside lamp. Outside light. Okay, light, that's it. Now the outside light is off. And you see the heater here has come on. And I will call it off now. Alexa, turn off heat.
Okay.
That's how I organized certain comfortness in the room to give me safety. So, and now we say goodbye to you. Bye, 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 bye. That was fun. Look, I keep you abreast from now on the videos. I will looking forward to go back to flying my drones. I will do a few autumn drone videos. And just for the fun of it, because I miss the flying, but I have not really looked into it because my life has taken providence of that. So thanks for watching, thanks for following me, thanks for caring to everybody. I had so many people wish me well and stuff. Thanks for caring. This was nice, and I'm happy that I did a good decision for my situation, myself. And I'm very happy, and if anybody ever wants to try something like this, just you got to dare to do things that other people may not do so easily. Being alone after an operation all by myself was a little. I'm not taking those decisions lightly. I was thinking about it very strongly, and I figured out a way how I believed it would work. But there was always a backup in case something doesn't work well, then I will stay with somebody else for a while. But it wasn't necessary. Thank God all the people I would have stayed with say, oh, thank God it wasn't necessary. Well, see you next time around. Ciao. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.